Hello there, this is Ednoid with Usborne Books and More, and today I want to share some of my favorite books with you. And we have over 1,700 books, so it's very hard to pick what my favorite books are, and that probably changes very often. But I wanted to give you kind of an overview of different kinds of books we have. So here's a book from our That's Not My series. This one's actually in Spanish, and it's Esta no es mi sirenita. These are our touchy-feel books, and they're great starting at about 9 months, and even toddlers and older really like all the textures. And we probably have about 20 different books in this collection where each page shows a different texture or thing for children to touch and feel and identify, and they have really amazing textures. They're so fun. And there's one about an owl, there's one about a panda, about a doggy, a lamb. Oh, that one's really soft. We have a pirate one. Here you can see yourself in the mirror. There I am. Hello. And that's our That's Not My series. Then moving a little up in age, this is for starting at our toddler age, but actually my 5-year-old loves these books as well, and there are model and match books. And we have right now our adventure and imagine books. These books are super thick. If you see the pages, they're thick cardboard, so they're great for younger kids. And the concept is amazing. It's like one of those puzzles where you can pick the head, the body, and the legs of a character. And as you pick, it makes a little rhyme that still, changes up and makes for really funny little rhymes as you mix. So here's the model story. Or you can make it all match. Let's try to match it here. There's a cowgirl. Oh, there we go. Little ballerina. And our kids just love, they want to read it over and over again. That's the Imagine, which is all girl characters, and Adventure is all boy characters. And it's actually been fun for us to have both because some of the characters are kind of related to each other, and so the kids like making up stories about, there's a wizard and a witch, and there's a spaceman and an alien, I think. And so it's kind of cool to mix those two. Okay, next book I want to show you is over here, and it's our 1,000 Animals. We have 3 books in this 1,000 picture series, and all 3 are just amazing. I love the illustrations, and the pages, again, are super thick pages. They're kind of cardboardy, so they're good even for younger kids. But these books will grow with your children. For the animal book, it's set up by different ecosystems. So you have like here rainforest animals, and also by species. So here's monkeys and apes, and then you have animals from different parts of the world. So here's all the Australian animals, the Arctic and Antarctic animals, animals from the mountains. And I just love the illustrations. They are just amazing. And this makes for, a book that you will keep for years and years to come as a reference. And there's tons of things here that you probably haven't heard about. There's 1,000 Things That Go, and that one has all sorts of vehicles. And then our newest title is 1,000 Things to Eat, and that one is just amazingly beautiful. So that's our 1,000 series. This next one is from our Big Book series. Our Big Books are great books for the preschool age and beyond. Once the kids can read, they can actually read the books for themselves. They're not called big books for nothing. they actually have these giant flaps, and I have to move way further away so you can see how giant these books are. And this one is a big book of stars and planets, and the illustrations are very, very nice, and kids, before they can read, they can already enjoy reading these books. And preschool setting, the size is just impressive for them, and they get blown away by how big this is. These are your galaxies. We have a big book of animals, a big book of sea creatures, a big book of dinosaurs, a big book of trains and machines and all sorts of cool things. So here's that. Next, I'm going to show you our first keyboard book, because this is pretty special. This is a musical book, and it comes with its own keyboard, and it also has different songs, and they're color coded, so children can learn from just following the colors, and they can start playing some music right away. So let's play, for instance, this one. How cool is that? Next book, I'm trying to go quickly here through books. Some of our storybooks, we have hundreds and hundreds of amazing storybooks. This is one of our new titles called Bears Don't Read, that has just great story, and is already lining up to win awards, I think, because the illustrations are amazing, and it's a great story about a bear who doesn't want to do bear things. He wants to learn how to read. And so this is a great book for young readers or children who are getting ready to read, like my child, and also about understanding other people and making sure that one gets both sides of every story and understands what's going on. So it's a really cute book. We have lots and lots of cool stories. This is our See Inside series. This is a Lift the Flap on steroids. This one's See Inside Famous Buildings. And it takes you through famous buildings around the world and explains their history. And then you have these giant flaps that I hope I can get open with one hand. I'm not going to be able to open it without. But you can see how sturdy the books are here. But as you open this one, I'm going to need to pause for a second. Hold. Ta-da! There it is. You can see the inside of the pyramid. The flaps are actually built into the book. They're not glued on top, so they're very, very sturdy. Even though, of course, these are maybe for little older children. The pages are super thick, so you can start these with your preschool age kids, and it will grow with them. And I have a lot of elementary age children who love, love, love these books. This shows you the inside of the Colosseum, the Notre Dame Cathedral. Architects usually love these books. The Palace of Versailles, the Tower of London, Sydney Opera, the Guggenheim. And then here you have a height comparison of different tall buildings of the world, and again you can lift the flaps and see what's happening at different times of year or inside of those buildings. These books are just amazing. You usually find these books at museums around the world, so you might have seen some of these books. In that same series of the See Inside, we have See Inside Your Body, which is one of our best sellers. And it's a great book if your children are interested in finding out about the body, what's going on, what's happening underneath, kids just get fascinated by this. It talks about, you know, eating, about breathing, how do your lungs work, what's happening inside of the lungs. It also talks about things like asthma and, you know, their general diseases. Here's our blood flow, bones and muscles, and what happens inside of your brain. Senses, and then it talks about drinking and peeing. This book is also internet linked. A lot of our more science or reference book are internet linked, which means you can go onto the website at the back of the book and it'll have lots of links that you can follow to see more or learn more about the topic of the book. For little younger children, in the same science medical type thing, we have this everyday science books that are from Japanese authors, and they're also among our bestsellers. And this one's called Everyone Poops, and it's a great book in general. But if you are potty training a child, this is even a more custom book for you, because it just talks about the different kinds of poop. And it's very, very funny. And kids just love seeing animals poop and see that it's different kinds of shapes and colors and consistencies. And it's just one of those really funny stories that happens to be also educational. Okay. Here's some of our activity books. We have tons of activity books for children as young as 1 or 2 years old. This is one of our examples of our first sticker books. The first sticker books are usually simpler backgrounds. Like here's one about ballet. This is one of our new titles. And you have this theater, and you can create your own scene, or ballet school. And in the middle here, you have the stickers. Since this is one of our first sticker books, the stickers are pretty large and they don't have a lot of corners, so that they're easier to take out and put on the page. And all our books are educational, so this actually teaches them the different steps in ballet. It talks about the different instruments, the characters in famous ballets. So it will also be interesting after you glue the stickers on. You can take out the middle pages with the sticker pages and have this be just a book that you can read over and over again about ballet and famous ballets. This next one is our Nature to Color book, and this, I would say, is a great book for children in preschool and all the way to adults. It's a book about nature, and we have different ones in this collection, and it talks about different flowers, animals, ecosystems, mushrooms. There's one about mushrooms that's beautiful. And on one side, the picture is already colored and explains what you're looking at. And then on the other side, you have the opportunity to color it yourself. And at the end of the book, it actually has some suggestions. Here, I'm going to flip through it so you can see how beautiful this is. And at the end, it had some suggestions on how to get those effects. So if you're interested in the art and how to actually get such beautiful decorations and illustrations, then you can read about it in here. This is one of our new titles, the Big Maze Pad. And this video is way too long, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is a tear-off pad, so it has different sheets that you can pull off. This would be perfect for traveling, restaurants, etc., where you need your kids entertained for a little while. This one has amazing mazes for them to trace, and also things to find on each page. And it's giant. If you see my hand, I mean, this is a giant pad. And finally, I'm going to talk about our Start to Read pack. This is a great collection of dual reader books for young readers who are just starting off. It comes with a guide for parents, so it has a little booklet here with special activities and things for parents to help their children out. And it also has a poster here in the back with the alphabet, and the booklet has stickers, so as they read the different books, they can earn their stickers and fill out the poster. These are dual reader books, which means there's 2 levels of reading in each page. So let me open this up. So you can see in big letters, you have the easier reading that early readers can do. And then up here, you have more advanced reading. And when you start, you can start by reading this yourself and then having your child read the other part of it. And as your child evolves in his or her reading, then eventually they can read the whole thing. This collection has 8 books, starting in level 1 all the way through level 4. And that parent guide, and it makes a great gift for 4- and 5-year-olds who are getting ready to read. And that's it.